Inspired by
motivation. Inspired by motivation.
Inspired by motivation. Inspired by
Motivation. Inspired by motivation.
Inspired by motivation.
All right, welcome to Talks with AQ, the place with the motivation and the mostest, if you know what I'm saying. Today we have a special guest today. Introduce yourself, my man. Who are you?
How's it going? I'm Sage Shirley.
All right, Sage Shirley in the building. If I had a little fire effect, that pew, 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 pew.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Life is just chill amongst the corona, if you know what I'm saying. But I wanted to have you on here, because you replied to who wants to be a guest on Talks with AQ, and you came through, and you're here now. So what do you do on a daily, like your occupation, career-wise?
Well, currently I'm a photographer, and whenever stuff is filming, a background actor.
Oh, snap. Background actor. That's new.
Yeah.
How'd you get into that?
Well, there was a movie that was being filmed up here in Raven County called Hillbilly Elegy.
Mhm.
It hasn't came out yet. Was supposed to come out in about a month, but I think it got pushed back.
Oh, wow.
But it's the next movie coming from director Ron Howard.
Mhm.
So they were looking for extras and stuff in the paper, and my whole family saw and was like, yo, let's apply. And my grandmother actually got a role, which soon got upgraded to an actual character in speaking role.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, we got to meet Ron Howard, meet Amy Adams, talk with a bunch of them, and I got in on a later scene where they were supposed to be at Yale Law School as like a student.
Mhm. Wow, you've been up to great things. Like I saw, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was your Instagram, but you had like a little footage of you like holding a gun in like a scene or something. I was like, oh man, Sage is official out here. He's on set.
Yeah,
What is going
I'm
on?
strapped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, strapped for real.
Yeah, that was
For real,
from
man.
Blue Ridge,
Blue Ridge.
movie that just came out the other day on Vudu.
On Voodoo. Talk a little bit more
Yeah.
about Voodoo. Like what's
So
Voodoo?
Vudu's kind of like a streaming service, just like everything else, but more
Mhm.
kind of like you can rent stuff off of it, and stuff like that.
Right.
But yeah, it was a good little movie filmed up here as well. But I've been in, I think, about 7 or 8 movies and TV shows as of now.
Oh, snap. 7 or 8 movies or TV shows? Oh,
Yeah,
dang, bro. I'm gonna see you on all the streaming sets. Like Hulu, Netflix. Like wait, weren't you on a Netflix
on the
show?
big screen too.
Weren't you on a Netflix show too?
I was technically. I was on the new Teenage Bounty Hunter show that just came out.
Oh, man,
I
for
was a
real?
pizza delivery guy, but they cut my scene. Yeah,
Oh, they cut it?
yeah, sucks.
Oh, dang, they can see this pizza man, bro. Oh, goodness. I would love to see that.
I'm
I
still
would
gonna be in.
if I watched that, I wouldn't have worried about the show. I would just watch it just to see you like that one scene. You know what I'm saying? I know that guy. I know
Thank
him.
you, thank you. Yeah. Still to come
Oh,
out. I'm in the new Suicide Squad that's coming out next year.
oh, you're in that?
Um, yeah, I'm one of the extras in one of the final scenes,
Wow.
so that's good.
Wow.
As well as Falcon and the Winter Soldier with
Dang.
Marvel, you know.
Oh, the new one? The new. Oh,
Yeah,
dang.
and a Chris Pratt's new movie should be coming out next year.
Dang, so how does one get involved as an extra? If you could explain for the people. We have some like patrons listening. One patron to be exact, Cheyenne Marie. She is a patron on my Patreon. So she got the early access to come into the Zoom meeting and watch and also pitch in any questions. But yeah, talk to the people how they can get involved
Nice.
as an extra.
Well, I always thought it was a much harder process than it is, and I mean, it's still difficult. I don't want to undermine what I do, but
Mm-hmm.
basically, there's a few casting agencies on Facebook and on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And you pretty much, they put out casting calls for what they need. And if you fit that look or the like body type they're going for, you just send in a few pictures and your like stats as far as like what kind of clothes you wear and stuff like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
basically they'll send you the information, tell you to show up, and then they'll pay you.
Okay. All right. You've been making some change off that. I see you. I see you. Yeah, do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
As I
yeah, I'm
know,
trying to work my way.
all right. As I know, you also have your own business. And I also had you like take some photos for me when we were in college. If y'all didn't know, we went to the same college. This guy is a pretty, innovative dude. Like he had his business from the get go. Like he drove his car around and had his website on there from the get go, and he was ready to go. So how'd you get that started?
Well, it pretty much started when I was a kid because my
Hmm.
mother was a photographer.
Wow.
So I kind of grew up being a model and being behind the camera.
Um.
So I've just kind of, yeah, I've always like been in that kind of space. But I never really did much with it until I think 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago, there was a convention that was happening down in Atlanta, and they were looking
Mhm.
for volunteers and stuff. And I signed up, and they put me in the coverage crew, which basically was like the photographers and videographers for the entire
Mhm.
convention. And I was put on a team with people from Sweden, like about 8 people from Sweden and like 2 other people from Atlanta.
Mhm.
And these people, geez, they've been shooting like 10 plus years, had setups and equipments that were worth more than my car.
Wow.
And I just walk in here, basically no experience. I mean, I had a little growing up, but no like professional experience.
Mhm.
And my photos were standing up to like some of theirs. And I'm like, dang, I can actually do this. So I
Okay.
just, after that was done, I'm like, hey, why not make a business?
Right. So how successful has it like gotten like since you like first started to now? Like I've seen like so many posts, your social media has been growing exponentially because you've been involved in cons and stuff. So how has that been growing?
It's definitely, with everything I do, it just seems to keep getting more and more big. I mean, I started out basically doing free shoots for friends, whoever I could get,
Mhm.
but now I have people I don't even know coming out of here trying to work with me. I have magazines doing interviews with me.
Oh man, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I also saw like you did like concerts and stuff too, and I was like, oh snap, you getting official on this too. Like you doing it everywhere, every which way. So that's big props to you. Do you have a favorite moment in your photography career that you always reflect back on?
Ooh, that's a little rough. I'd probably have to say, I mean, I've only been doing it 2 years, but I was looking the other day. I'm almost to like 100 photo shoots that I've done,
Wow.
and like, I think 12 events in that time.
Hmm.
But probably the most defining would be the first convention that I did, which was DreamHack, and just getting to meet all these different people and getting into that space, like thrown head first, basically.
Hmm.
It just, and talking about the concert photography, they have concerts each night at these conventions,
Uh-huh.
and being the coverage crew in that, we get up on stage and get up to actually meet these people and be within, like 2 feet of these people as they're performing and stuff. And it's just the energy and the feeling up there is incredible.
That's amazing, dude. Amazing. So here's another question I usually ask for people on the show. It's what inspires you? Because Talks with AQ is all about motivation and things. But what inspires you?
I think, I don't know, whenever I have my camera in hand, I'm always looking at everything in kind of like a photo way. Like, you're just looking through the world like it's a photo.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really inspired by, I'll just be walking down the street and I'll see someone and I'm like, yo, I could see that on a magazine cover, or yo, that would look good up above my couch in my room.
Right.
And just that kind of inspires me to keep going and be like, hey, I could be anywhere at any point and just get this photo that people could look at 100 years from now and still be like, wow.
Wow. So
Wow.
has anyone been inspired by your photography? Like told you like, wow, like thank you, like this made my day.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people I shoot with are like so amazed, and I've seen them as their like lock screens, or they print it out and have my
Wow.
pictures just up around their house, which is kind of, mind blowing. Be
Mhm.
like, I did that, and it's a big part of their life. I know. But
Very blessed.
I've had a few people, I know. I've had a few people like ask me how to get started, and I basically helped them become photographers, and they've started business and started making really good content just off of seeing my work.
Dang, so how does one become another Sage Shirley in the world but their own self?
Well, first you got to grow out your hair.
All
So
right,
that,
all right, there we go. Grow out the locks,
yeah,
grow out. All right, cool. Number
you know,
one.
you know. See, the thing about being I don't really like. I've always been against like formal art schools and stuff. Like, it's understandable to know like the basics and to like teach somebody how to use either a camera or like singing with you or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. But trying to dictate and tell someone how to do it past that is kind of, I don't know. I'm just kind of against it because the whole creative atmosphere with photography, with singing, with painting and all that is all about your expression. So basically,
Right.
I'll walk somebody through how to use a camera, how to do, but from that, it's just what you see and what you want to do.
Mm. Now, do you have a favorite photo? Or do you love all your photos equally?
I love them all. They're all my children.
They're all your children.
See,
Okay.
I'll have a favorite, but then I'll take another one and then that'll be my favorite. So every set just ends up being my favorite.
I get that. You know, as artists, we all have things that we take the time and work to create, and we can't really pick a favorite. Like I was talking to another artist who's a musician from Artist to Watch, and he makes a lot of like hip hop and rap songs. And I was asking, well, which out of your catalog is your favorite? He's like, man, I can't pick specifically one. It's all me. And I was like, you're right, because everything you create, depending on your mood, depending on how your flow is on the day, it represents you. So that makes sense. You can't really pick a favorite, but I always enjoy asking the question. All right, here's another
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
What's your favorite anime?
ooh, I see you. I see you.
Yes, yes. You see, got this is AQ. This represents me, man.
Mm.
You know, got to.
I haven't, I'll be honest, I've been slacking on my anime game
Oh
recently.
man, he was
And
slacking.
by recently, I mean, I haven't got deep into anime in like a couple of years.
Couple years, he been out the
I just,
game.
I've been out the game,
Been out the game,
but
man.
I'd say probably either Parasite or Dead Man Wonderland.
All right, that's some good picks right there. Okay, you've been out the game. You got
Yeah.
some good picks though. Good picks. Good picks. Dead Man Wonderland got a good manga. I wish they would continue with the anime too. They just finished. They just like
Me
stopped
too.
it on that like first esque season. Parasite,
Mm,
Maxim.
it's such
That
a
was pretty
shame.
good stuff. Yeah, it's always a shame, especially the good ones.
What
I've
about
been
you? What's your favorite?
my favorite, is Dragon Ball Z, of course. Yu Yu
The
Hakusho,
classic.
the old school classics. Tokyo Ghoul, I enjoyed that. I've been watching a lot of different things here and there. I'm actually doing the One Piece challenge. I'm trying to rewatch all of the 900 episodes of One Piece right
Ooh,
now because I got the time too. So I'm doing that.
you got the time, yeah.
Yeah, I got the time. One
I
episode
just
like
finished,
64.
since they put it on Netflix, I just finished rewatching all of Avatar and Legend of Korra.
Oh yeah, I just saw that they added Legend of Korra on there. Choices right there.
Already done with it. Hadn't
How
even
do
been out a
you
week.
how do you feel about the creators of Avatar leaving the creation of the live action movie? What's your thoughts?
Oh, I got a lot of thoughts.
Oh man, speak your truth, man.
Um, I'm so nervous because I mean Netflix makes some really good stuff. I've worked on quite a few Netflix productions, and they make a lot of really good stuff. But they've also ruined quite a few adaptations. Death Note.
Yeah. Death Note.
Death Note. So I just it's not just them leaving. It's them leaving because Netflix was wanting to go in a different direction already.
Yeah.
And you know, if
What
it's
they
enough
gonna
for
do
them
with
to
that?
leave, yeah.
What they gonna do with that? I mean, you got the other live action
I
Avatar movie
mean,
on there too. So what you gonna do?
we don't speak about that.
Yeah, we don't speak about that. It doesn't exist. That and Dragon Ball Evolution. I don't talk about those.
Oh no. I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a
Yeah,
chance.
I keep an
But
open mind,
I'm
of
very
course.
hesitant now.
Yes, very hesitant. Like the OGs said, "Nah, fam, I'm out." That made me really nervous. Like, y'all got both seasons on there. You
Just
can't
have to
screw up
see.
now. You know, you got source material to look at.
Yeah.
Don't screw this up
But I
now.
mean, so did M. Night Shyamalan, but did he?
Oh goodness. I can't watch that movie. No, I can't. I was
Neither.
showing my little brother one day. He was like, "Why is it trash?" All right, I'll show you. Play the first few seconds. And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, let me stop it right there. I'm not gonna go any farther. It's not worth my time at this point." I was like, "Let me show you what it's really supposed to look like." So I put the first episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original cartoon, and I was like, "Yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be, right there." You know what I'm saying?
It just doesn't even compare.
It doesn't. Oh man, have you been keeping up with the Rona? How have you been going through Rona times with photography? Has it affected you at all? Have you been Gucci?
I mean, I'll be honest, it killed my business there for like the
Oh,
first couple months.
oh,
I
oh
had maybe one
no.
photo shoot like the whole first month that it started popping off.
Oh yeah, because I remember January
But
you was uploading everything. February,
yeah,
that thing. Oh,
I was doing real good. I was starting to hit that kind of groove, and then Rona killed me.
oh man, really?
But yeah, but in like the past month and a half, it's really started picking back up, so that's good. But as far as my photo shoots go, I've just been, of course, wearing a mask with everything I
Right,
do. And
right.
the good thing about the photography thing is I don't have to be up in someone's face, so I can usually keep at least like 6 feet
You
or
definitely social distancing.
yeah,
You ain't all up in somebody's girl taking a photo. It's like, I'm gonna be right here.
yeah. And a lot of the shoots that I do are more like nature or that kind of thing, so we're usually not around people. So it's usually not that big of a problem.
Oh man, you got nature shoots. So like, what's the best nature destination that you've taken that was like memorable?
See, I feel kind of bad because I live in Raven County and we have a lot of really nice nature things around us. I mean,
Right.
we got a couple lakes, a lot of waterfalls, a lot of rivers. So I've been kind of staying around here. And
Okay.
there's this one spot off this trail into Lula Falls that is a big open area, has great sunlight, everything. And I've done probably I'd say 11 shoots there.
11
So that's
shoots.
probably my favorite place.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tallulah Falls. That's a definitely beautiful place right there.
And
Another
within
one.
like a mile, there's so much diversity.
You right about that. Diversity. Oh yeah. All right.
Diversity.
So during the times of the protests and things of that nature, did you take a lot of photos during that time as well?
I do feel kind of bad because I
Oh!
wasn't able to get down there. I know.
Disclaimer, guys.
I
He would
went
have been
to, I
there if
went
he
to,
could.
I would have. I was from afar. I was signing petitions. I was donating. I was doing what I could. But
That's good.
that's right. I just, with my work schedule, because I took on a little part-time job at the time. Between that and just the way I got to get in, I just couldn't get down there half the time. I did go
Right.
to 2 different protests, but I didn't get that many photos from them
Mm-hmm.
because of just the group I was with and not wanting to have that much on me at the time.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because
Right.
a lot of the reporters and photographers were definitely being targeted.
Oh yeah, that is true. You make a good point.
Mhm.
Protect the photographers out there, man. Protect them. All right, what are your
Protect the
plans
journalists.
for the next 5 years?
Keep breathing.
That's the mantra right there.
And that
Keep breathing.
right there.
Y'all heard it here first. Keep breathing. Don't stop breathing. Keep breathing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, thank y'all for having me. That week. Nah.
Thank y'all for having me. We out now. I'm just playing now. We're not done yet. You thought? Nope.
I mean, Rona's kind of messed up everybody's long-term plans, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I feel that. Me too.
But, I mean, right now I'd be expecting to be traveling across the country and like on a road trip.
Oh
But
yeah.
Rona ain't
definitely.
allowing that.
Yeah, ain't no traveling like that
Right.
unless you want to. Flights is cheap. Wear your mask.
Yeah. Nah, I'm kind of keep the photography business going, keep that building. But I'm also wanting to, diversify, get more in the movies, get that kind of thing. And I've been looking at a few different avenues of starting my like other businesses, like starting
Mhm.
Airbnbs, getting properties, getting stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm just slowly moving in that
Diversify.
direction.
Okay.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good idea because Airbnb is popping. Everybody's looking for Airbnbs instead of hotels
Oh yeah.
nowadays because of the price, and it's like accessibility.
Yep.
So you definitely got a niche going on there. Look at you, Sage.
What I've really been looking at, I know. What I've really been looking at is, you know how everyone's redoing buses right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get me a bus.
You gonna get
I'm
you a
gonna redo
bus?
it.
You gonna redo it?
I'm gonna
What they
get me
do
a
with the
bus.
bus? What they do with the
Uh-huh.
bus?
And I'm gonna use that to go on the road trip probably next year that I plan to be taking right now. And when I'm done, set that up as an Airbnb so it's making money as well. So just keep going.
Hey, okay. You gonna customize the bus up? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Pimp the bus. Pimp My Ride has returned just for Sage and his bus, man. He about to whip around, dog.
That's right.
Road trip
We out here next season.
next season. Prime and ready. You know what I'm saying? Ready to go. What's the name of your business so the people can know?
Sage Shirley Photography.
Oh, look at that. Short, simple, sweet. This man has such a dope logo. Like, I'm not tripping. I used to walk by the Swanson Center. This man used to have like a big, huge, like, marketing tool. Man had everything on there. I was like, dude, this man's ahead of his time. Like, what? Like he don't need to be here. Like, he need to go ahead and start his thing already. I mean, he already did, but
That's right.
you ahead of your
That was
time. You
back when my
actually
marketing was better than my photos.
right. And now, which one is better now? It's like equal playing field now.
I'd say about equal. Yeah.
About equal. Has there ever been a time where you failed and succeeded?
Where I failed and succeeded?
Yeah, like you failed once, then you rose, and then success.
I'll be honest. There's been a couple shoots where people haven't been happy. A couple
Oh,
of my earlier
dang.
shoots.
You want to talk about any of them? You don't got to disclose their name or nothing.
There was this one model down around Atlanta that I did some modeling photos for, and that was back when I was, a little younger, a little, I don't want to say worse, but a little more unexperienced.
You wasn't seasoned yet.
And that's right. And I'll be honest, the lighting was terrible. So she wasn't that happy.
We know lighting.
But yeah. But I got my lighting kit. I went back down there, did her another shoot free of charge, and she was beyond happy. So Sage guarantee.
Sage guarantee. Oh, so you came back and she was not unhappy like that anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it had been about a month. I'd seen where I messed up, brought back some proper lighting. We redid the shoot, and yeah, she couldn't have been happier.
Okay, look at you, man. Adjustments, improvement. We're not all perfect. We fail once, but we succeed again.
You always learning.
Some people usually give the answer to the question as in, that's an everyday thing, man. Every day, which it is true. You could fail every day and then succeed.
Right.
But that's interesting. That is.
I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but
This Man, flossing. Oh, I'm wiping the dirt off my shoulder, you know. Oh man. Oh, here's another question for you. How did you get named Sage? Where does that come from?
Man, probably my mama.
Mama. All right, mama.
Nah, I've talked with her a few times about it. She's always liked. She's no hippie or anything, but she's always liked more natural stuff, more
Right.
being Cherokee and being native. Always at more things, but honestly, she didn't have the plan for Sage. I was gonna be like named after Rhett Butler from fucking Gone with the Wind. Yeah.
Wait.
So
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I am
yeah.
crying.
So
That is funny.
on the way to the hospital to have me, we went down a Sage Street. There was this like medical appointment thing in there named Sage, and I forget, there was something like else, like something about the food they gave her had sage in it.
Mhm.
And she's just like, when they asked, what should we name the style, she's just like Sage. So it was just kind of like galaxy working type deal.
He's like, I won't be Rhett Butler. I'll be Sage.
won't.
I'm not going Gone with the Wind.
Thank God for that.
I'm just trying to burn like Sage. Like, I ain't trying to do that.
That's right.
That's
Just trying
interesting,
to
man.
cleanse.
I'm just trying to cleanse myself. That's it. That is wild, man. That is so funny, though. That's like for me. My parents already knew from the get-go. You're going to be Amin. Mom liked Arabic names. She's like, Amin. That's it. I was like, okay. I don't really have any wild stories like me being named other things. Whenever they pronounce my name, they always say Ian, Emin, Amen. I get all these different type of pronunciations. So I'm like, it's Amin. You know what I mean? It's simple like that. Has anyone ever like mispronounced your name? I mean, it's pretty easy. Like, but you'd be surprised.
It never fails. Every new Chick-fil-A I go to, whenever it's always Chick-fil-A. It's nowhere else.
You was right.
They're always like, all right, we got an order here. Even Starbucks gets it right. But they're like, we got an order here for Surge. We got a Surge out here.
Surge? Oh, no. I got Amy. They said, Amy? I said, who? I looked around. Amy, your food. Grilled chicken sandwich. I was like, oh, it's Amin. Oh, sorry. I was like, okay. I'm definitely not an Amy. Do I look like an Amy to you? Like, is there? Yes, Amy. No, I'm not Amy.
No.
Like, where does Amy come from? Like, I want to know. Tell me, world. How do you mispronounce Amin or Sage? It's not Surge. It's Sage.
I don't even understand how they hear it. Like, Amin, Sage.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know if there's like a specific genre of photography, but what would you place yourself in terms of photography?
I think everyone I know has asked me this, and I just say everything.
Everything? That's good. That's
Because
good mindset.
Even when I first started that convention, I did 4 types of photography on the first days, and I've never like specialized, which I don't really see a need to, because I mean I can do it all, so why limit myself?
That's true. Why limit yourself when you could do it all? That's why I feel like with music too, like never box yourself into one genre. Be open to do anything, because you never know when that spot's gonna hit for you.
That's right.
Because
I'm waiting for that country rap track.
Right? Country rap track. I got you. See what I can do. Definitely.
Let me get a feature.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you, man. Definitely. Have you with your camera? It's over with. Have you recorded music videos yet, though?
I have.
You have?
I've recorded 2 music videos. Yeah.
Oh, for real? Oh man, 2
Yeah.
music videos. Dang. Let me get the take on that. What was that like?
It's a funny story, actually. I was on my way to, I was down in Edgewood, and I'd been cast in a music video as like an extra. They were doing like a concert scene. So I was down there to be in that, and I read the time wrong, and I was 2 hours early. So I was chilling in Edgewood.
Oh,
I had nothing to do, so I just got out. I had my camera and was walking around, and there was these guys there recording another music video. And I just kind of hung around till they finished with that like scene they were doing. It was like, yo, what's up? They're like, hey. And we just started talking, and I had my drone and different stuff. And they're like, hey, film this music video with us. And I'm like, all right.
Let's do it.
And that was that.
Dang, you never know where you at. The right place, the right time. I be going by Edgewood sometimes too. It's such a small world because you be seeing people like and it's just out of nowhere. It's like, what? What you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing here?
Just walking around.
I'm just walking around, just promoting myself. I just
right.
sing. That's all. I'm just here. But that's pretty dope. They're
Just
like,
walking down the street singing.
Right, you meet your cameraman. This is funny though, because we were in Buckhead and we were going around like bar hopping in different clubs or whatever. So my godbrother had this guy who does photography and also video, but he has video camera out, and he was just following people, video cameraing them. So he followed us for the entire night and to the early morning, and we was just turning up each bar, every place that we went to. And it turns out one of the bars that I went to, one of my friends was the DJ, and I was like, yo, this is my world. And we dapped up. Man was on the DJ set, the ones and twos, and we were just turning up like every single bar we went to. We livened up the party, and that video ended up getting put on YouTube. And even to this day, everyone's like, "Yo, are you famous or something? Like you're on this video." I was like, "I don't know. I'm just there. I was there at the right time.
Maybe.
Maybe. This is that kind of scene where I'm standing on top of like the little bar side or whatever, and I'm just dancing. I got these sunglasses on. I'm just chilling, grooving, vibing. It's a good time, man.
I love that video.
Good time, right? Oh, you see that video?
I can't tell you how many times I've watched that video.
And it's
See you
funny.
up there just vibing.
Yeah, man, shades on. I was like, I don't even know who I is. They'd be like, oh, are they famous or something? They got like a cameraman following them. Because we had the cameraman, and one of my other friends, he has like a bunch of followers. They're like 30K or whatever. And everybody was stopping him. They were like, you look like Sway Lee. And he was like tipsy drunk out of his mind. He was like off tequila or whatever. I had to grab him like, yo, bro, come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? Man, I was stumbling. I'm like, okay, dude, you gotta go, man. Like, I don't know what you're planning. Like, It was a wild night. I could say that. You ever got any wild bar stories, bro?
Nah, I mean most of my
wild
wild stories happen at like friends' house and stuff.
Oh, friend houses. Yeah, that's true. Friend times be wild, schwild. True that.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Trying to think.
Let's see.
I mean, there was that time. Back to the convention stuff. One of the performers was K Camp.
Mm-hmm. Oh
and
yeah.
He was up there doing a set. And it was towards the end of the thing. I'd been on stage basically the whole time, taking pictures, hanging out with the two groupies he had with him.
Right.
Oh my God. In about literally 20 minutes, these two super small chicks had went through a full giant bottle of champagne.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. They
it was
really
a fun
wild.
time.
They
were wilding. But towards the end of the set, K Camp's hype man, it was like the start of I forget which song, but called him up there and was like, yo, everybody get on stage. And like right after he said that, we had about 60 people jump the gates and was on stage.
Oh man.
And there was only about 4 people working security, so there was literally nothing they could do. And we were all just like looking around like, is this okay? And it was just a giant block party at that point.
Yo, that reminds me of when I went to a Kendrick Lamar concert, and in his set he had Travis Scott, and when Travis Scott came up, Travis Scott was like, yo, everybody, step up to the front. I don't care who you is, step up to the front. And all you see, everybody just runs from the seat, no matter how far they are, and just runs down straight to the top, to the front row, where everybody else is, like, who probably paid for that front seat, are just up there. He's like, don't ruin my set. And all the security people are just looking around like, and they can't really do nothing because Travis Scott was like, nah, they can come. Don't stop them. You can come. I was like, wow, yo, that is wild. To think one word from an artist can do that to people, because they was running. I ain't never seen so many people run before in my life.
Crazy.
It was running. But then he was off. They were like, get back to your seat. Get back to your seat. Get back. Hey, oh my gosh. I was tripping. This man was flying on a straight up like dragon, like a I don't know what it was. It was like a straight up dragon in like the sky, hanging from the sky. He was just like on it while the music was bumping. I was wilding. This man know how to perform though.
I
Definitely
expect nothing
entertainer.
else.
Definitely, when you that big, of course, you gotta know how to
Oh, yeah.
entertain above all else. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
there's a
you
reason you're that big.
Yeah, definitely. There is a reason. There's no reason you're out there. Because if there was no reason, then I don't know. There is some people that there's no reason. They just got big because the thing is catchy. You know what I'm saying? It just hit you with it. All right. Do you
That's
ever
true.
like
True.
look at like certain pieces of like artwork or photography and like critique it like personally or like take the techniques from it like to help you, girl?
I mean, being on Instagram and that, you see a ton of
Right.
these incredible photos and artists like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to say stalled because I mean everybody does the same kind of stuff. But I've
Yes,
definitely
sir.
took inspiration.
They
I
be
took
sampling.
inspiration from a few. Yeah, true, true.
Mm-hmm.
I took inspiration from a few like ones like that. Mostly just like locations and stuff I never thought about, like laundromat photo shoots. Like who thinks about going and doing a big shoot in one of those?
That is true. Who does that?
But
Who thinks about that?
I know. But the photos look really good, so why not?
Why not?
Uh,
Do what it do.
I do like going through and just seeing if I can figure out or just know how somebody did something, like the technique, the way they position the lighting,
Mm-hmm.
how they edited that kind of thing. And that's what really helped me kind of understand my photography a little better, to be able to go through and break down a photo and see how it's made.
I feel that. I do the
Which I
same
mean, the
thing.
same could be said about music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Yeah, same thing with music. I try to listen to different things and get inspiration from it, or just like in terms of melody, or just seeing what they're doing to draw people in, or wordplay. Because I like
Oh, yeah.
lyrics. Lyrics. Something that is lost in times is lyrics. I need lyrics. Do you have like a favorite song that has lyrics that just
Sure.
hits you? You got any songs like that? That you pop it in your playlist?
I mean, I can send you a whole playlist if we want to be honest. But
Oh, so he got the whole playlist with like over 100 songs, millions, thousands.
oh, try about 1,200.
1,200. All right, that's for real. I believe that 1,200 playlist. You call that the road trip
Now, but
playlist?
I listen to every
Listen to
That's
everything.
the everyday playlist. Let's be real.
Every
Yeah,
single
listen to a
day.
little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I feel you. You got any songs like right now that you like recently like listened to before you got on here?
I don't know. I've been liking some Baby No Money recently.
Baby No Money. All right.
Getting
Hi,
into him.
okay.
Hmm.
How you feel about WAP?
I like it.
You like
To be
it?
honest.
Good. Good. It hit number
I
one
like
on the
it.
charts, man. It
Hmm.
hit number
For a
one on the
reason.
charts for a reason. Definitely. I'm like, wow. I'm like, kudos to Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. They doing it big. Meg Thee Stallion especially, because I think she's still
Really
doing
are.
college stuff while she's doing all the music and the touring and all the fame. It's
Hmm.
inspirational. That's inspirational. Like when you
Which is
finally
impressive as
make it,
hell.
right? So it's like, dang, she's like basically like the same age
Yeah.
as us, around the same age, doing a lot of things and still trying to get a degree. Inspirational.
Hmm.
I always try to
Yeah,
take
you're
inspiration
seeing
from
a
other
ton
people.
of people.
Yeah.
A ton of like the up and coming ones are basically our age.
Yeah. That is wild to me.
And I
That is
mean,
wild. You gonna say something?
like you'll look at the top 40 and yeah, sorry. You look at the top 40 and I mean most of them are like under 30.
Oh, it's true. Like the late Pop Smoke, he was 20 before he died, man. And I was like,
Hmm.
wow. I'm like, dang, bro. I was older than you, but you sound like you older than me. Like, what is that?
I know.
What is that? You sound like you 40.
You look at you look at these guys' careers. They've been doing it like 8 years. Boy, you started when you were 12. Come on.
Yeah, like, wow. Man, been grinding. I'm like, that's inspirational to me. That motivates me to keep grinding with my stuff no matter what. Like, because I don't really care about the fame. I just care about the impact. Like, if I give an impact to somebody through a song, that's what matters. If they feel good about it, then cool. If they feel good
Oh,
about
yeah.
us talking in this podcast, that's good. Like, your people, your listeners that follow you, that listen to this, they'll be like, man, that guy Sage, inspirational. It's like, yeah, word. That's a pound of chest right there.
Word.
Word
But I
up.
mean, somebody's pretty inspirational for doing something about like this. I mean, that mean guy is pretty inspirational.
You right. Not mean guy. Who is he?
I want to know, man.
Oh yeah, who is he, man? I came up
Yeah.
with this, I was just like randomly
Motivational
one day,
Monday.
motivational Monday. It's wild, me and Sage go way, way back, not even way, way back. I would say way, way back because it feels way, way back, but it was just like the other day, semester, I was just the grad assistant for this department. I don't know
Yeah.
what it's called, right? Mass communications? Yeah, that. I did a lot of work in that, but
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, something like that. I did a lot of stuff, but
It's crazy to think.
yeah, crazy to think that I would
It's
be
already
doing
been
this.
like 2 years.
Yeah, right? Wild. I can't believe it. 2020 got canceled, and then 2021 is going to come back. Will that be the rebirth year? Find out next time. I don't know. I hope so. I
We really
pray
hope.
so. I really hope. You know what I'm saying? I pray. I never expected I'd be doing this. This all came from just doing YouTube for a while. And then now, currently, we got 112 subscribers. We got over 80 something S videos on YouTube, all dedicated to talking about me, motivation, and, your Friday motivation, as always. Talks with AQ is just to promote everybody who's out there grinding, whether you are an artist, photographer, or anything else. And it's just me giving my thoughts. So for you, is there anything, that makes you rant or you just can't get enough ranting about?
I mean, there's a lot of social issues,
Oh,
that
right.
could
Yeah,
easily
definitely.
spend an hour talking about.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Social
What are you
issues.
most passionate about politically? It doesn't have to be which party, which that. What issue we're facing right now?
I think the issue exists on the level of a lot of people have been discussing who's the greater evil. You got Anonymous talking about who's what, who's who, the truth behind that. We got pedophilia. We got a lot of things going on that's coming to the light. And it makes you wonder, like, for me, I don't really align to either party. I'm just kind of like, I like to look at it from a broad spectrum, and I like to evaluate, what's really going on. Because sometimes you can get blinded. So you got to make sure you know what's really going on before you really get into it. So there's a lot of speculations. There's so many different things. It's like, wow, like as the voter, how do you maneuver yourself around all of this?
It's really tricky because I mean, you look at both sides and everybody's got skeletons in the closet.
Right.
So you just got to see who's going to have the best interest at heart.
That is true. It's very true. I can see it's very hard for the voter nowadays because we have the internet. The internet is like the most resourceful tool that you have. But it could be a double-edged sword because you don't know what's being really tampered with, what's just being shown to you just to show to you or shown to you just to manipulate. Like, you don't know. So it's more of like at your own discretion to trust what you're going to get is what you're going to get. And there's so much he said, she said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, you definitely hear so much about fake news and such, but
yeah,
I feel like now it's probably the worst that it's probably ever been as far as fake news and fake.
Yes.
It basically is on every person to review everything.
Yeah, because everyone's basically
want to believe
at home, and they have the freedom to just scroll around. All right, what's this said? All right, let me look deeper into that. Oh yeah, we got Twitter. Oh yeah, we got that. We got Facebook. Oh man, social media. Oh, let's look at this. Look at that. It's like so many outlets coming at you at different places, and your phone even listens to what you're talking about too, and will send you stuff.
Yeah.
You could be talking about your favorite video game, and then pops up on your phone. You can talk about I wanted to buy this. Pops up on there. I'm like, I don't know.
With how everything is, yeah, I think you basically just have to figure out what your beliefs are, what you have faith in, and what you agree with, and just kind of go with that. Because as you try to avoid fake news and look for the realness, that leads you down the hole to conspiracies and other things, and it just everything just wraps in back on itself.
Yeah, definitely, because there's so many conspiracy theories,
Hmm.
like lists and lists of conspiracy theories that you can like find on YouTube or find just in like documents and junk. And you could be on that thing for hours on hours, wondering what is the truth, what is this, and it's like, huh? Oh my gosh.
Which I mean, I agree with a few, but like,
Oh snap! All right, yeah, but yeah, that is true. There is some that ring true that make you like really think, like,
mhm.
hit you with that,
But there's also some that are you just gotta be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, are you for real? Nah, you joking, right? Nah, that's not real.
Yeah.
Come on now. And that's a true point, because there's a lot of them things that be like, so and so did this. He did. Why would he still be doing it? Like, I don't know. But only time will tell, because like anything, sooner or later, skeletons come out the closet, and then years later we get the ooh. I think the greatest
I
example of
mean,
this would be the surviving R. Kelly junk. Even though we all knew,
ooh.
Boondocks knew, and they
Mm-hmm.
even sent the little like
Mm-hmm.
scene of them in the court where the lady's like, "It's R. Kelly. He can piss on me. It's R. Kelly," and it's like, okay. And then he actually gets off, and then currently, kind of happened to say, except he's kind of like low key now, because everybody's on him now. It was like he lost the deal with Sony, he lost all that stuff. Interesting thing that I saw today on Twitter was Trey Songz got the same treatment. I was very confused. Man, it was trending #2 on Twitter. And I was wild. And I was like, man. And they were like comparing him to R. Kelly is and all that junk. And I was like, wow. And that goes more into so many people being canceled, whether they're celebrity or anything. So how do you feel about the cancel culture these days?
I yeah, it's another one of those things which is initially really good. I mean, a lot of bad things have been done, especially in the media world, that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be addressed, needs to come out into the light. But there's
Yeah.
also a point to where it is that toxic cancel culture that where you hear where
Mm-hmm.
you say one thing that someone don't like and your entire career is over.
Do you think there is redemption in people? I know people are not always perfect all the time. So I know there's a point where they learn.
Hmm.
But I know how people are these days. Once somebody makes a mistake, get them out of there.
That's right. Yeah, I believe there is on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's something like with R. Kelly and stuff like that. I don't really see a redemption from
No,
that,
nah,
which
nah.
isn't deserved either.
It's over with.
But as far as like, I'm not saying if a person has like a huge history of racism or that, but if
Mm-hmm.
something's taken out of context or if there is one small slip up, then there is, if they work to better themselves, to help in that community, help in that, then there is a path of redemption.
Mm.
I don't say nobody deserves a like get out of jail free card, but
Right.
should at least have a path to work towards.
It's true. So being as a Cherokee native, have you ever came across racism?
I mean, look at where we're at.
True facts heard here by Sage. You heard it here first. Talks with AQ.
I mean, I definitely have experienced stuff, and I mean, I don't like to. What I've experienced has not been as bad as other people in similar situations, but you know,
Right.
all racism is bad.
Right.
But I feel like being in the small town and still being around where I am, a lot of the people's views are as they are,
Mm-hmm.
and I go against their views in a lot of ways. But growing up here and being known to a lot of these people, it hasn't affected me as deeply as it has when I've gone to other places and felt similar treatment from people who grew up in similar backgrounds but yet don't know me on that kind of degree.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
So yeah.
That makes sense. I can understand, like, even in my day, I think with racism and things of that nature, prejudice, I faced them certain times. I never really saw them as like major at the time. Well, when I look back, I mean, they were probably major, but I think as me
Hmm.
being like the strong-minded person, I just didn't let it phase me at the time. But I know in our current days, it's kind of like that raging, like underneath thing that like people don't really consider at times, and they just kind of like put it under the rug. So I think it's good that now it's out in the light, but I think it's more of the next question is where do we go from here? And I hope what we go from here is an improvement and we grow. 'Cause that's all we can do is grow and improve. Because I mean, it's understandable. Not everybody's perfect, but we all have to learn
That's true.
and not repeat our same mistakes because we got history to learn from, countless pages of history to learn from, and a lot even now to learn from now, even our own today, so that we can teach our children and teach them, the right way. That's how I feel.
I agree. I feel like we are at one of the most divided and most racially charged points in arguably our entire history.
Yeah.
But it's also a time where we've never been like so accepting and so like at least knowledgeable about different groups in every way.
Right.
So I feel
Yeah.
like right now is going to be rough and we have a lot to get through, but I feel like with our generations and the ones forward, it'll be a lot easier because we see it all, we understand, and it's everyone's just more aware of everything as it is now. And usually when you're more aware of something, it usually becomes more normalized and more accepted
Yeah.
to a degree.
Definitely. Definitely. Sage with the wisdom, everybody. He got wisdom. He wise.
Yeah.
He is wise.
That's why they call me Sage.
Oh, look at that. Boom. Knowledge. So how do you feel about the statement of when people say, that your land was stolen and those type of remarks? What do you say to those type of people?
I mean, was it not?
Oh, there we go. There we
I
go.
mean, you look at it, you have a group of people coming over to a nation that's already inhabited and saying it's ours.
Right.
That's, I don't think you can get a more plain definition of stolen.
Right. So do Native Americans have beef with that still, even to this day?
It really varies. I think every native, to a degree, has like a kind of anger to it. I mean, some have accepted the like benefits and stuff that being that, but it's not so much that like land was stolen,
Mm-hmm.
that whole deal. I mean, that was a big thing, but it's everything that happened after that.
Right. You heard it here first, y'all. Straight from the sage, man. The sage,
Right.
man. You can think sage in different ways. Burning sage, the sage, a wise man. Like, man, you got a cool name, man. I just gotta tell you, bro. Cool name.
Hey, look who's talking.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Patrons, feel free to ask any questions to Sage. He's a photographer. He does video. There's a lot of things. Everything. Where can we find you, Sage?
All right, you can find me on Instagram at pages_of_sage.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook as Sage Shirley or Sage Shirley Photography.
There we go. All right.
And Flickr, Sage Shirley Photography. Yelp, Sage Shirley Photography. My house, out on the streets.
Sage Shirley Photography. The whip.
A car
Sage Shirley
driving by. Yeah.
If you want to be brand ambassador, Sage Shirley Photography.
That's right.
We out here, everywhere.
On Amin's new single, that feature.
Sage Shirley Photography. Oh, no lie. I want to have you record like one of my singles, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, man, but
let me on. Hey, I was on American Idol.
Oh, talk about American. I totally forgot about that. How was American Idol? I forgot about that.
Oh, it was terrible.
Oh man.
Nah.
I can't relate.
Nah. I went down to audition last year. Yeah, last year. And it was in Macon. So went down, they had me fill out a couple forms, stuck me in a room with like 80 other people, and there was about 6 judges, none of which were the celebrities that are on the show.
Right,
and,
the producers.
Yep. We got split into groups of 4, and we had to go up 4 at a time to sing for these people. and like one by one we'd sing, and he'd like talk to us a little bit, and then he'd tell us how bad we were, and then we'd leave.
Oh, well, dang.
I
Cutthroat.
was I was there probably an hour, saw a little over 100 people audition, and nobody got
Mm.
through.
Oh,
And I
man.
mean, some of these people were absolutely incredible, but no.
That reminds me of when I went auditioning in The Voice when I was like a junior in high school. And it was like the same how you talking about how they split us up into groups. But the different thing is it was like one person. And this lady, I remember so vividly, she had a cowbell and she had us all stand up, sing whatever on the X line. She said, stay on the X and sing. So we all sang. But then like she straight up like had a full-fledged conversation with one of the people. Was like, hey, so-and-so, come meet me after 12, blah, 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 blah. And I was just looking, I was like, yo, this rigged. This is a setup.
Hmm.
And it was funny, one of the same dudes in the room, he sang the baby lock them doors and turn them lights down low. He sang that song. I didn't think it was all that because I was like, yeah, I've heard better. Like, come on now. Man, they put him on the show. Tell me why my mom was watching The Voice the other day. I mean, not recently, but back in that time. She was watching it. And the man popped up on the episode singing in front of like the real celebrity judges. But guess what? He didn't make it through.
No.
He was just there.
Which amazes me about like some of the terrible ones that they put through just for like comedy.
Yeah, I think it's just there just for that comedy effect, just for them ratings. I'm just accepting
Which,
that.
I mean, yeah, there's some really funny ones, but also you're using that spot that could have went to someone super talented.
Exactly. Like, what happened to the authenticity anymore? Like, come on now. Like, promote talent. Don't promote like mediocre. Like, come on
Yeah.
now. Because then it brings out that like type of thing that's like anyone can do it now, and that illusion, like, oh yeah, you can do it too. But if we have like too many people that are like you, we're not gonna pick you. Cause like that's kind of like
Hmm.
how I got from it. It's kind of like the analytic aspect is like, oh, we have X amount of like this type of singer who has this type of range. Okay, we're doing that. We got X amount of people that are from Georgia that are country singers. We got that. We got this. So it's kind of like a numbers game. Like they got this amount of people ready that they're good with. So now they're just looking for like if somebody really wows them, then they might take them. But even then, it's kind of like it's like a roll
Yeah.
of the dice or a coin flip. You either got it
Which,
or you don't.
I'll be honest, I kind of looked at it at that angle. I went in with a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and I knew I'm kind of diverse. I don't got to be blind to admit it.
Right.
And the out of like the group that we had a country guy, we had kind of like a kind of, I don't know, hipster ska guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then just a very like all American girl, and me. And out of the group, like he basically didn't talk to any of the other ones, but after I finished, he like asked, what do you do, where you from, that kind of thing. So like kind of gauging me. And so I thought I had a decent chance, but I just didn't have the vocal quality back then to back it up.
Right. Definitely. It's like when you like think about it from the business perspective and all that, like because you're knowledgeable in business and you see
Hmm.
that, so it's like wow, this is what it's really like. I'm like, is it
Yeah.
really worth my time? Probably not. That's why I was like deciding myself. I was like, man, I'm glad I'm doing this myself. Now I don't gotta worry about nothing or anything like that. Like I do my own singing, I make my own music in the corner of my room. I'm good. If I need to send vocals, I send them. And it's all Gucci. I don't need a label to tell me I'm good. I don't need the television to tell me I'm good. I'm gonna
That's
just
right.
do it for the people that like what I'm doing. And
And I
that's
mean,
okay.
a lot of people's become successful that way.
Right. That is truth. That is true. I agree. 100%. And I think right now in our times, it's good to have your own stuff going because Rona taught a lot. It
Oh
taught
yeah.
you that a job from 9 to 5 ain't forever.
Mm-mm. Which I mean, I've
So
always been like a strong believer in like side hustles and getting a lot of different avenues going. But
exactly.
yeah, I mean, you saw the unemployment numbers, like upwards to like 36 million people just
Hmm.
out of work like that.
Right. And they're all reliant on a stimulus check or unemployment. And it's
Hmm.
like, once the unemployment
Which,
gone, what you gonna do?
yeah, which none of them are reliable. So you just gotta have something for you,
Gotta put your grind together. Use your brain. Use your creativity,
right? Get
man.
that hustle going.
Get that hustle going. You heard it here first. Toss to AQ. Get the hustle going. Because if you ain't hustling, who else will? Like, Man, I was making a video today for a Wednesday reflection, and I was talking about how the moment I had a band, and it was called Chicken and Rice. And the funniest thing about it was, even to this day, we don't do the band anymore, but I always remember it because it's where I started. So it's more about the message of don't forget where you came from. So when you make it to where you see it as your destination, don't forget where you came from. When you was taking pictures for the little guy to now taking pictures for the big man or big woman, don't forget where you came from.
Oh yeah.
And I won't either. I thank you for being on the show today, my man. Do you have any final words for the people out there that will listen to this coming next Saturday? Because I'm doing all these episodes ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? Gotta be overachiever.
I see you.
What's your last word, man?
And just get that hustle and keep it going and keep listening to you.
Exactly. There we go. Put the keep listening to you. I feel that. Oh man. If you guys enjoy Sage Shirley, please check him out on all of his socials, man. I will attach it in the description when the episode drops. And I hope you guys enjoy. I could have you back again, man. Never know, man. See what's going on with you. Updates.
Anytime, just let me know.
Will do. As always, this is Talks with AQ, promoting motivation through life experiences, promoting music, promoting artists, whether they're photographer or whether they sing it in music.